Hello,
Hiya.
welcome back to the channel, and my name's Alexis,
And I'm Jen.
and we are That's Flipping Retro.
We buy stuff, we sell stuff, we eat pot noodles.
Yes. So yeah, anyway, today we're going to be talking about the office move that we're doing. We'll go into that a little bit, what kind of stuff we've done, and obviously talk about eBay.
Yes.
It is at the moment a bit of a public enemy number one, I think, for a lot of people, because simply based upon the fact that people aren't really getting sales. Not a lot of people anyway. They're getting the sales that they hope for. There are, I noticed, still some resellers who have videos out saying they're doing absolutely brilliantly. So it's a mixed bag at the moment,
It is a mixed bag.
it? Yeah.
eBay has picked up for us slightly.
Yeah.
We've gone from having no sales to having, we had 2 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we've had 2 today so far as well. Which doesn't sound amazing, but considering we didn't have one for a week.
I mean, bear in mind that there are some people who at the moment have a lot more stuff on there than we do, because we've got an office move coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
And we have piled down some stock on there so that we can start putting different types of stock of our choosing. And so at the moment we are building that up, so we don't have that much. We have just over, I think, about 200 things on there at the moment.
Yeah, about 210, I think.
So but other people who are in a slightly different boat from ours, who have around about 1,000 items, are still saying the same or something similar, which is that their sales are way less than they would normally hope for.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is on eBay, whereas on Vinted sales are still going strong.
Yeah.
And we're starting to sell more and more clothes now, I've noticed as well, rather than just the odd bits and pieces. So the clothes side of it is definitely picking up.
I think with wedding season coming up as well, it is a nice time to start putting stuff like waistcoats and things like that on there.
We put them on and they just fly out the door within a day, or
And when you sell clothes, obviously some of you already do this, you might already know, but it's best to kind of, I suppose, go for what people are looking according to the seasons and the time of year when there's events as well. So like around the summer it would be festival stuff, and then you would have stuff like, golf season starting and all this kind of thing.
And lawn bowls.
Yeah, so there's kind of the opportunity to get in there with stuff that people would wear for those sorts of things as well, actually. Yeah.
I recently had a quick little snipe on Vinted. And I got some band t-shirts, which I'm very pleased about. They're My Chemical Romance, and
Queen.
There's a Queen one, but that's not like a concert merch one. But the My Chemical Romance ones are. If they weren't size small, I'd be keeping them. But I paid very little, so I'm looking forward to listing those on eBay for a little bit of profit, because band t-shirts always sell well, don't they? No matter what time of year it is.
Well, I think it was about a couple of years ago now, I had a clear out of all the ones that I bought from a festival over the duration of time I was going, and it was about 10 years. Every year for 10 years I went. So I had quite a lot of stuff that was still brand new, and I used to collect them. So it wasn't like I used to buy them specifically in my size to wear and I would take them home and wash them. I would just get whatever sizes I could get on the day, and then I would keep them. So I had a clear out of stuff like that, and they shifted. Some of them shifted really quickly for full price, and they just flew out. I still have a few left though. So if you fancy a Billy Idol t-shirt from Download Festival, or a Marilyn Manson one, or a Download Festival one itself, then I have a few of those if you want a message.
It's a nice day for a
band t-shirt. So basically if you want a band t-shirt, then I have still got a few, and some old kind of collectible t-shirts as well. So there's a Kurt Cobain, there's some Marilyn Manson tour ones, there's Marilyn Manson hoodie and stuff like that. So all that kind of stuff. If there's anything.
That's it really. We are, obviously, because we're moving, we're downsizing and getting rid of some of the detritusy bits. We're doing a car boot sale on Sunday. We haven't done one for years No.
Yeah, the last time we went, it was over 30 degrees.
Oh yeah.
So it was absolutely boiling. We got there first thing in the morning and we were setting up, and then the weather just kind of hit in full force, and we both melted.
We did.
Throughout the morning, yeah.
I dutifully went off to get some coffees. And I was selling a lot of things from a previous relationship, and I had some Pandora beads. And if you know about Pandora beads, they can be quite expensive. I had 3 in the little boxes, also in the gift bag. Went off to get a coffee, came back, and Alexis said, "Oh, I've sold those bead things." I was like, "Oh yeah, brilliant. How much? How much did you get for them?"
Christ.
Alexis, come back.
No. You tell them.
How much did you get for them? I can't remember.
I got a little.
I think it was £3.
No, I got a little.
£2.
Okay. In my defence, I had no idea what they were. And when somebody just came over with them and said, "How much for these?" and I went, "I don't know." And they offered me whatever. I thought I'd done something really good until you pointed out the Pandora and you wanted £10 each, and I was like, I done. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I was gutted. I was absolutely gutted. Obviously now I know what Pandora looks like. And
Luckily,
that mistake won't happen again.
it was a gift for my ex-wife, so I just wanted rid. So I think it's absolutely hilarious, and I've enjoyed telling the story ever since. Because normally it's me who makes mistakes, and Alexis can tell funny stories about me. So this is the one that I've got that I'll hold on to. So
yeah,
you know, it's priceless, really. But anyway, we do look forward to doing the car. Well, I look forward to doing the car boot sale. I'll probably send Alexis off to have a rummage around.
Yeah, I mean, what I would normally do is just, once we've set up, is just walk around and see if I can get any first thing in the morning bargains, which is possible, and then after that come back and just help out. It is going to be quite cheap and cheerful, I think.
Yes,
what we're doing,
everything is priced to move.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that we're selling came from bundles from a local auction house, so everything costs literally pence per item in those bundles. Because we got them for so cheap. So, you know, if we bought them and they cost us initially 4p, making 50p is still a profit.
Exactly.
So we're not incredibly worried about, you know, pricing everything up at high prices, really. Yeah, so obviously it's going to be in Norwich, so if you happen to see us, if you happen to be around at that car boot, is just come and buy something. Really would be nice.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, just come and buy something from the store would be nice, but you know, all
we'll
helps.
have soft toys, we'll have ceramics, we'll have CDs, Xbox, and I don't know, games and stuff.
Yeah, there'll be a variety of things. I mean, it's not going to be a huge amount of stuff, but it is just going to be, it's going to be worth doing a car boot. And it might even get to the point where at the end of the day, there's stuff that we're just going to allow to go for free, maybe. I don't know, at this rate.
Yeah, and anything that we don't sell, I will be donating to charity, as long as it's, you know, sellable for them. Yeah. Because I don't want to give them any old rubbish.
Well, no, none of it is rubbish.
No, it's all good stuff. It's just that we haven't been able to shift it.
Anything broken and anything rubbish, we would have sifted through stuff. As you know, if you're a reseller yourself, you usually sift through, and if you can fix stuff, you fix it up and sell it on. But if it is just at the point where it's beyond kind of, any repair, then you would normally dispose of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and we've taken our ceramic stuff to the Rage Rooms before. And that's a place locally where people go and smash up things.
Ceramics and glass, normally.
Furniture. For sport.
Yeah, and electronics as well they take, which is... I remember when I went in there, I was using a crowbar on a VCR player, which to a lot of people would be sacrilege, but they are quite, actually. I whacked that several times and I don't even think I made a dent in it. To be honest with you, they were built to last back then.
And do you remember those black ash 90s TV cabinets that were all the rage that you got from Argos? I had one of those, and I'm quite strong. I've got good upper body strength, haven't I? And I was smashing it, and it didn't break. So either I'm very weak or they're built to last. Yeah,
I mean, I could have given it a ninja kick, and that might help, but. All my strength is in my bloody legs for some reason.
Yeah. Like together we're unstoppable.
We make a complete strong human being.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, We will obviously show you little bits and pieces of what we're doing as we go along before the end of the month when we move. There will be videos probably from the day itself of us kind of swearing and all that kind
Being
of thing.
Chuckle Brothers.
Yeah, being the Chuckle Brothers, etc. But yeah, so on the Lego front now, the sorting of the Lego is nearly done, and then I will probably be seeing what is complete, inventorying, etc., and then ordering, because I've got bags of kilos of Lego. And it's not actually weighed out yet, but it will be going on to sell. So the plan with it is I will sell those kilo bags to make money to finish the sets, because to be fair, a lot of the money is in these sets. I have a lot of them. There must be at least 90, 100 sets at the moment. So all the money will be in them realistically. So the kilo bags are going to pay for the sets to be finished. And that is the plan. And maybe, you know, if you yourself, you have sets, you buy bundles, you pick it all apart and you make sets from it. Those kilo bags you get at the end, you can use them to fund finishing those sets that are going to make you more quids.
And that's a tip from us to you.
Yeah, more quids than the actual kilo bags themselves.
Also,
so.
I know that these companies, you know, that are the devil, who give you money for your books and DVDs and stuff, but always check them, because sometimes, for some reason, they will pay you more than the item is worth.
I was a bit on the camera, sorry.
Did a K then?
Did a K's cooking, yeah.
Because I've scanned some games that I was going to take to CEX, and they weren't really worth very much. Then I scanned them on, I won't say which one, but one of the, you know,
the sites.
The sites.
Mm-hmm.
And from one of them, they were going to give me £6.99, when it sells for a £5 at most with free postage. So I don't know, but anyway, I've got about 20 something games, and they're going to go for 35.
Yeah, I mean it is really odd with these apps. I have found that myself before, where I think I've sold some PS4 games, and basically there's games where they sell for, you know, once you've deducted fees and postage and everything, they probably get pence from the sale, and yet they will pay you a few quid for it, and it's like, what is this? Like, you know, this is weird. But yeah, I always like to try them initially, realistically, just to see how much I can get for stuff. Yeah.
I mean, going back to eBay a little bit, what do you think it is that's made our eBay sales pick up again?
Getting more stock on there, if I'm honest with you. I think the sales aren't amazing though. To be honest with you, 2-3 sales in a day is not amazing.
No.
It's not the, you know, 1,000 plus that some resellers are getting even now. It is just one of these things where I think, like, the more you have on there, the better the law of averages is. You know, you're going to sell more if you have more on there. It's pretty obvious that's going to happen. But it is also, I think, about having the stuff that people really are more interested in. And some of the stuff we used to have was very very niche, actually. And it only really appealed to certain groups of people. So when we were selling Action Man accessories, that went realistically to people who collect Action Man, or people who want stuff to repair to sell on. But, you know, because we're doing clothes, I mean, everybody needs to, or most people need to wear clothes.
Unless you're a nudist.
Unless you're a nudist. And most people wear clothes. So there's going to be stuff that I'm sure people will look at and like.
So the more we throw at eBay, hopefully the more we will sell. Yeah. And I have been listing every day as well. I haven't missed a day.
And even though we went into this with me being the clothes person, Jen seems to, even though Jen had no interest in clothes whatsoever when we started this, apart from wearing them, obviously, the fact of the matter is she had no real interest in fashion and brands and stuff. She has really taken to this quite quickly.
I love it.
Yeah, and when she goes to charity shops now, it used to be the toy section you would head for. Now it is clothes. I still go to the books first, and then I go to the clothes, but you go straight to the clothes and you get right in there. And she's had very, very minimal times when you pick something up and it hasn't been worth as much as you thought.
No, and my trick is to pick it up cheap, because then if you buy it for £1 and it's worth £2, it's still a profit. Yeah. I mean, obviously you don't want to do that all the time. You do want bigger profits than that, but you know, I bought some shorts from a charity shop last week, and they sold in a couple of days for £8. They were on for 12. Someone off at 8. I paid £1, so I'm like, yep, having.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's all profit and it's all money coming in, and it's so easy with clothes because you just fold it, make sure it's, you know, clean, and put it in this little bag and off it goes. There's no bubble wrap, there's no,
and obviously we know
film.
We've invested in a lint remover, which
I love it. It's so good.
is a debobbler, they call it. So basically I would suggest if you have any clothing, especially the more vintage it gets, the more bobbly it might be. So like grab one of those, use one of those on it. Be careful obviously not to kind of, you know, damage the material, but those are very useful to have.
Yeah, it just kind of shaves off the top layer of lint. So
and makes it look neater, basically. Brilliant. Makes it look really neat. And I've had one of those for years, and myself, and you'd never heard of them before, had you? So yeah, so I know they work. But yeah, it's the gist of it, really.
I did notice with our last video, quite a lot of people watching aren't subscribed. So if you are watching and you like us, or, you know, not even like us, if you can tolerate us, then please subscribe and like. And I think we should have an end comment. At the end of our videos, we say a random word and then get people to write it in the comments so we know people have watched till the end. It's a bit of a laugh, bit of fun. And Alexis's word of the day is...
chimney.
That was really quick. That was the quickest that she's ever done it. So you can either just write chimney. Chimney or chimley? Chimley.
Chimley. Isn't he an actor from the old Bruce Lee films? Bruce Lee's brother.
Wasn't she on Street Fighter?
Yeah. But yeah, so chimney. So as in the thing that's on the top of a house, right? So
what she gonna look like with a chimney on her?
You have to sing it really out of tune so we don't get copyrighted. Okay. But yeah, so if you leave the word chimney either on its own or part of a phrase, it's just bung that in the comments. There's no prize, but it's just fun. Yeah. And then we know you've watched until now. Oh, basically.
We are on. Car Boot Chris is having a live on Wednesday at 1. I think it's 1.
It's a podcast thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're on it, moaning about eBay. So come along and have a listen. Give us some support.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know whether he, you know, wants to particularly like completely decimate his podcast by having us on there, but apparently that's the case. So
I think he's really scraping the barrel now. But head on over on Wednesday if you can. You know, we'll try and, you know, have a laugh.
Yeah, well, we're just going to be talking about eBay, basically. Yeah, you might have seen his thumbnail for that already, which is just chatting about eBay and the fact that eBay is not what it used to be. Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so we'll see you in the next one. Yes. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.